What's up, people? This is King. I just came in real quick to do a very impromptu, quick, out of the spur of the moment video. Has nothing to do with King's Adult Entertainment or adult entertainment or porn or anything of that nature. This is actually, as you saw in the description of the title, about home safety for handguns and handgun safety, safeguarding guns, however you looked it up. If you're here about that, then you're here about the right video. Of course, I don't just do videos about, again, my company. I do videos about things that might affect everybody. This topic came up because recently in the news a couple of days ago, a young child shot himself, 2-year-old, in the state of Maryland with a handgun. This is like the second or third time, I believe, this year. The first time I believe I heard it was back in March. Again, a 4-year-old, again in the state of Maryland, had shot themselves with a handgun. I'm taking it that these are situations where his kids have stumbled across handguns, firearms in the home, and curiosity and your youth, and of course no knowledge of a handgun and the extreme danger they inflicted a self-inflicted gun wound to themselves. This particular recent event, again, was just a couple of days ago that prompted me to do this video. Again, it was a 2-year-old baby, to me baby, 2 years old, shot himself in the head, and that's quite disturbing for me. So this is going to be a short video, and all it's about, basically, bottom line, is just my input so that you can pass this along to as many people as possible. Send them the link to this video, comment down below, just pass the information on so that they can understand that if they have a handgun in their home, they might want to watch this video, because not everybody that owns a handgun has been trained properly about handgun safety. That's the bottom line. If you don't have that knowledge of it and you own one, you might want to watch this. Even if you have one, you don't have a permit for it. I'm not getting into all of that, the politics, the legalities of handgun ownership right now. Right now it's about safeguarding the handguns for the baby. So we're going to do this real quick. I'm going to show you 2 options that I have used or use over time. I'm going to show you a couple of little things that you can, again, if it's not for you, then maybe someone you know, pass the info along, give them the link to the video so they'll know these things, okay? So we're here in my living room. We're going to go now to where I store safely my handgun. Let's go. Okay, here's my bedroom. Okay, first of all, you have to enter one door to get into our bedroom where our handgun is stored. And you have to go into a walk-in closet. And here we have our safes. Okay. I got the camera down low because I wanted to show you all. Whew, I'm getting fat. Just got finished working out, so excuse me. I'm fat. I'm going through this weight crisis, but that's another video. It's back to handgun safety. I used to use this one right here, this top safe right here. As you can see, it's by Century. Has a key lock. It's not very big. It's made out of a decent material. As I said before, I used to use this one. I no longer use it anymore. But basically it locks. Simple as that. Right there. That's it. It has a lock. Key goes with me. Can't get in there without it. Very hard to break in. Century makes these safe. I'm not advocating Century, and I'm not going to advocate either the new safe that I use, which is Brinks. I opted for this one because I just like it better. And I'm in the Better Cool Toys. This one right here, totally different from that. A little bigger, allows for more storage of your personal or private or firearms or jewelry, monies, whatever. It's bigger, so that's why I went with that. And again, it's by Brink. And what's different about this one is it's a fingerprint safe. You take and press this button here, place your finger over there, and when it makes that tone, it means it's good. And you can turn the key and open it. Show you again. You can't just put any finger on it. It's whatever finger you program. See, it made a different tone error. That wasn't the right finger. If you don't put the right finger on it and hold it in the place that you held it when programmed, you can't get in. If you do it right, you can. Now, that might be extreme for some of you. It might not be within your price range. But I advocate, I do say eBay. I love eBay. I sell and buy things on eBay all the time. Both of these safes I put on eBay. And you can always use that to search for the best price for it. And there's no limit to the price for the safety of children in the home. So if you have children in the home, again, it's crucial that you have somewhere of storing your firearms out of the way of children. These two incidents this year have really disturbed me because they were babies. And again, this last one just 2 days ago, again, 2 years old. And I can't even fathom, you know, a 2-year-old holding a handgun and shooting themselves. So, if you opt for something like this, remember to keep it somewhere. Again, you see, you had to go through my bedroom door, then you had to go into my closet door, and it's unhinged the clothes and stuff, and it's merged in, and it's not just out in the open like when you come in my bedroom. Oh, there's a safe sitting over in the corner. You want to put it somewhere where it's not going to even strike the curiosity of a kid. But again, in those incidents, we were talking about little infants. So obviously the weapon was left out and very accessible for kids. But this is just two options. I'm trying to tell you that I would go with safes if you're going to have handguns. Again, we're not going to discuss the legalities of having permits and stuff for handguns and things of that nature. Another thing I wanted to go over real quick, and this is going to be brief because I think it leads into a different type of video, which is handgun safety and proper storage of a handgun. But the reason I'm going over it because I believe even if that handgun was accessible to the kids, if it was stored properly, even if they had found it, maybe it wouldn't have been loaded. We're going to use one of my handguns for example. Let's go with the Glock. Seems like everybody likes Glock, so we're going to start with the Glock. Now the Glock is a handgun that everybody's familiar with. As you see, I stored my eyes open because there's nothing for me to just grab ammunition and then lock and load whatever if I were to need it. Main thing is some key things you should know if you haven't been taught anything about handgun safety. If you were looking on the other side, you see that I have my finger outside the trigger guard where I'm handling it. That's because that's how I was trained a long time ago, and that's just something I never do. You'll never see my finger inside the trigger guard. You're never supposed to put your finger inside the trigger guard unless you're ready to fire and destroy whatever's in front of you. Bottom line. You'll hear that so many different ways, but that's the bottom line. Never place your finger inside the trigger guard unless you're going to pull the trigger and destroy what's in front of you. Real simple. I'm putting it a really brief way. It's not exactly how some handgun safety experts teach it, but that's the bottom line. Keep your finger out of the trigger guard when you're handling, because adults can have problems and shoot themselves too, because I have seen something most recently again about a kids playing Russian roulette with guns as well. But anyway, I tend to leave mine locked open and it's not loaded. I visually inspect the chamber and the barrel, make sure there's no bullet inside the barrel before I store it back inside the safe. It was stored in there unloaded, but I noticed what a lot of things are happening with what it appears to be with a lot of these cases, that people who have, for example, a Glock, they think that, okay, I'm going to show you something. And some of you, most of you who are into handguns may already know this, but for the folks that are not, I'm going to show you something. Now let's just say I'm going to take ammunition right here, and we just use two for the purpose of this. Some people think that, okay, if I put this in here, okay, now there's ammunition in the magazine, and the magazine is in the weapon. Very dangerous now. Again, my finger is outside the trigger. outside the trigger guard at all times. Okay. Now, some people think, oh, okay, I rack it. All right, I'm handling the gun. Maybe I'm cleaning the gun. Maybe I'm showing it off to somebody. So, okay, I'm gonna put it away, and they pop the mag out. They pop the mag out, and guess what? Remember what happened when I placed that in there, and I let that slide go forward. What happened? Most of you know, some of you don't. A round was chambered. So it could have been in instances where people have hurt themselves. They don't forgot that when that slide goes forward, it chambers around. You can take the magazine out. Oh, I took the magazine out and the ammo's on. No, you still have one in the chamber. Simple as that. Bottom line is, you have to really think about what you're doing and know the weapon. If you're going to own a weapon, you should learn handgun safety. There are handgun safety classes in every state. Go online and Google handgun safety in your state name, and I guarantee you one will come up for even the smallest state or town that you're in. And handguns nowadays have to come with a lock. There are traditional locks. It looks like a padded lock, and then there's this one like this one. This one is actually shaped like a 9mm round, and what it is it goes inside the chamber, so that even if someone did see, I placed it in the chamber, it goes inside the chamber, and then this little piece in here goes inside the barrel to tighten it in there, so that basically it's in there now. And it's tightened, and it won't come out. So if I close this slide and go on about my business, and say someone comes and gains access to my safe or where I have my weapon, if they try to just load a magazine in it, even if it's one, if it's one in there, they have live rounds in there, it's not going to fire, and it's not going to even let the slide go back. Look at that. The slide won't even go back. This is one of the coolest locks I've seen, because it's not going to allow you to chamber that round. It's locked in there. It's really cool. Again, this is the key. You slide that inside the barrel, twist to unlock it, and guess what? Boom, it comes out. Keeps the gun from being able to be fired. It's one of the coolest new locks that they have for the Glock. And it doesn't matter what type of handgun you have, be it a revolver, Glock, or what have you. Again, locks are made for especially for situations where people have kids, or people who are subject to attempt to mess with a handgun, who isn't authorized to mess with a handgun. That's just my quick little video. I told you it wasn't going to be long. Thanks a lot for checking it out. Again, please pass it on to somebody you know, because I don't want to see any more babies dying because of negligent handgun owners not properly storing their videos. Yeah, right, their videos. Let's rewind that. For people not properly storing their handguns. Boom. We're going to lock it up and keep it secure. You all be safe. Until the next video, take care of yourselves, think smart, and please be safe.